All right. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to tonight's team call. It is Monday. We switched the team calls, May 7th. And tonight we're going to be talking about finding your clarity and creating your vision. So just a few quick announcements, and these are the announcements I made last week, so I'm going to kind of go through them very quickly. So as you guys know, To Be Mindset launched last week. As a coach, we can get our kit for $75 this month and this month only. I started it, I got the program, and I started already, and I can't, it's life changing. I thought my nutrition was pretty good, and I'm watching this and I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. She breaks it down so simply, and it just, she makes so many amazing points that I'm like, oh my God. I just started, I don't know why it took me so long. I've been, a coach for 2.5 years now. I just figured out zoodles are a thing, and I'm obsessed with them, and they're so amazing. And I made not zucchini squash, spaghetti squash, and it's just I'm in a whole nother realm of nutrition, and I love it. They're also going to be, I think there's a nutrition tab already on BOD, and they're going to be updating that with all the nutrition stuff. So it'll be nice because now the workouts and the nutrition are kind of separated. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, where do I find the recipes? I'm like, oh, Fixate. They're like, oh, that's not a workout. And I'm like, no, it's like a nutrition channel. So it's really nice that they're separating the nutrition and the workouts. I think that'll really, really help people. And they're also coming out with an app for nutrition, which I am really excited about. I don't think it's coming out this month, but it's coming out next month, I think. And I think that'll be really great because I think part of To Be Mindset is tracking your nutrition. And I don't want to bring a notebook around to do that. I'm not a pen and paper kind of person. So I would love if I could have an app that I could track my nutrition in it. Also, Success Club. So if you hit Success Club this month, if you help 3 people or more, you will earn an exclusive Joel bobblehead. Get hype. So cool. I have Sagi's bobblehead, and it's just the creepiest thing ever, and it's locked away in my closet, and I never want to look at it. You also, if you're going to Summit, you earn a photo op with a trainer. I'm not sure which one. And you also help the team move towards elite, so that's really exciting. Oh, another announcement too is this week I am going to be posting in the team page. I didn't write this down, but I'm going to be posting in the team page an anonymous survey, and I'm going to be creating an elite Voxer thread, and this is for people that really want to go. If you want to push and if you want to help this team get to elite, then I will add you to the thread. But if you're kind of dabbling, or you can't really give it your all, that's totally okay. Everyone is at different points, and I don't want to pressure anyone to do anything they don't want to do. But if you're ready to go and move your business forward and help us push to elite as a team, then I will add you to this thread. So you can fill out the survey if you want to be in it or not. And of course, I'll see who's in it so I can add you, but no one else will see whoever signed up. Another thing is Summit registration. I know everyone that's going to Summit has signed up, so that's really awesome. We got Joel and Autumn are going to be kicking our booties on Friday morning, so that's really exciting. Calendar dates, team calls move to Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Should probably add that. There's a coach sneak peek on May 22nd to the 24th. So if you have anyone interested in coaching, I highly recommend adding this to the sneak peek. It literally does all the work for you. It tells you, tells them what they need to know about coaching. And we usually get a lot of people sign up to be a coach when they go to these sneak peeks. If you are not running a challenge group and you want to run or be a part of my challenge group, I'm running one starting on May 14th, which is next Monday. So start inviting now if you haven't already, because you really want to have good customer service and you want to allow people a good time frame. I always invite 2 weeks before, so they have 2 weeks to decide, yes, I want to get started. And if they do want to get started, they have 5 to 7 business days to get their package so that when they start, they have everything they need and they're ready to go. So just some recognition. I want to recognize everyone that has points on the board. Jenny at 2, Jamie at 2, Stephanie at 2, and myself at 2. This is awesome, guys. We're still in the first week of May, so that is freaking awesome. I am so proud of you guys. Okay, so now we're going to get into finding clarity. So if you guys have a journal or something to write on, or maybe you can even type it up on your computer. I know I used to always have a Google Doc open for this kind of stuff. So I'm kind of gonna unmute everyone if you're okay with this, and we can kind of talk through it. But I'll go through it quickly, and then we'll kind of go back and circle back. So actually, no, we're gonna go through it one by one. So I'm going to unmute y'all. Let's see. Okay. So finding clarity with this business and like finding your vision and your why is so important, because like without that, what's going to push you forward on the hard days? Because let's be real, this business is ups and downs. It's a roller coaster. There's some ups, there's some downs, and like when you're in those downs, it sucks. And that's when you have to really remind yourself of your why and like hold on to that, because that is what is going to push you through the hard times and like help you get to those ups and to reach your goals. So if you had $10 million in the bank, would you be doing kind of what you're doing now? And when I ask myself this, I actually was thinking about this the other day. Like, I don't know why. I just imagine myself just loaded, like being able to do whatever I want. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I imagine it sometimes. And I was thinking, you know, if I was that loaded, I had $10 million, would I still be doing like what I'm doing now? Like, would I still be working out? Would I still be drinking Shakeology? Would I still be trying to help others with their health and fitness? Like, and in all honesty, I really think I would. Like, I think I don't, like, I'm a busybody, and I feel like I wouldn't be able to just, like, sit on the beach forever and just drink. Like, that's not, I need to do something with my life. So I really think that having $10 million, like, would not really change what I'm doing day to day. Because it just gives me such a, I don't know, a sense of purpose and fulfillment, you know? So I kind of wanted to go through, and I don't think I'm going to like have everyone answer all of these questions, but we can kind of go through, and if you want to answer, you can. So does anyone like have an opinion on this? Like, would you still be doing what you're doing if you had $10 million in the bank?
I mean, I would. I work out every day anyways, whether or not I was a coach or not. So I do it for my well-being. So money doesn't necessarily matter, which now that I'm saying that, I'm like, oh, there's my vision.
There you go. Exactly. Does anybody else want to share? Do you think you'd be doing this? Do you think you'd be doing something different?
I totally, oh, sorry. Go ahead, Rochelle.
Oh, I was just going to say I'd probably be more consistent. You know, guys, I'm just kind of starting out, but my day job is so darn busy that if I had $10 million, I definitely wouldn't be doing that anymore, and I'd be able to focus more on myself. So, yeah, that's what I do. But, yeah, I definitely work out every day. I'm struggling to do now, so.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think I would definitely still be doing this. I'm just glad that I found this new lifestyle, you know, like it saved me. To be honest, I don't want this to come across as being cocky or anything, but like I always forget that it's payday on Thursday from Beachbody. Like I don't do this for the paycheck at all. I work full time and then I do this, but this is where my passion is. So yeah, totally. I love it.
I feel like I would be still doing this as well if I had $10 million, just because I love to help people. I just enjoy it, just like Jenny. Like, there's some fulfillment knowing that you're changing somebody's life, not only through the health and fitness, but also the wellness, the mentality, and everything. It's awesome feeling when you get that text message or you get some type of message from somebody that you never met, and you're some way, somehow, you know, helping them, even if they're your client or soon to be clients or not. Like, you're just helping them, even the smallest things that you're doing. So yeah, I can see myself still doing this even if I had $10 million.
That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that, guys. Like, I completely agree with all of you. Getting those little texts, like those reminders, like, hey, you're making a difference. It like, and like you said, you don't really, like, sometimes I lose sight of that. Like, I'm like just doing my thing, just like, you know, working the grind, and then I get those messages and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so nice. Like, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, you know? So then what is the purpose of the work that you're doing right now? So like, think of the things that you're doing right now. So like, here's my cat. She's going to like pounce on my butt at any second and like scratch me. Look, Zen, I'm doing my thing. Talk well. So what is the purpose of the work that you are doing right now? And then what are you working towards? So this is what I need you to remember when you're in the downs. So what is the purpose of the work that you're doing right now? Like, why are you doing this? And what is what you're doing right now? What is that working you towards? Like, excuse me, you just bit my butt. Savage.
It's that 80 days booty. It's hard to resist.
I know. She knows where it's at. So what is the purpose of the work that you're doing right now, and what are you working towards? So I guess for me, the purpose of the work that I'm doing right now is I can see, and we'll kind of get into this a little bit later, but like I'm working towards my vision, and like I've taken time out, and I really recommend that you do the same. We'll do a little bit tonight too, is taking the time out to really create your vision and like your goals and what you're working towards, because that's what's going to push you to like really move forward with whatever it is, whether it be a fitness goal, a health goal, a financial goal, a mental goal, a relationship goal, anything like that. So for me, I'm doing this right now because like I'm coaching, because I feel that it is truly my calling. Like when I was growing up, I always told myself, I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to help people and I want to be my own boss. And then coaching just landed on my doorstep, and I was like, well, I guess you heard my call, universe. Like, this is perfect. So that's why I'm working so hard to make this work, because I just know, like, I was born to do this. And I have a vision, and we'll kind of go into that a little bit later. And, like, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, is because, like, it's just, this is, like, the stepping stone to get me to where I want to be. And it's just, like, the most fulfilling thing I've ever decided to try out. Does anybody else want to share? I'm, like, so afraid she's going to bite my butt again. No, you don't have to share if you don't want to.
Well, if no one else is going to go, I'm all about the sharing, guys. You know that. I just want to give other people the opportunity. I think about this quite a bit, actually, because it's a struggle. Like, you guys know, it's hard to make sure that you're working out every day. It's hard to make sure they're eating right. But that's not the hardest part. But I think the hardest part is being willing to share that with people and to constantly be on it, like being your true authentic self. And that's where that mind piece really steps in, and it's difficult. But I think about this a lot, and I'm like, I don't know, the purpose and what I'm passionate about. I think everything, just like you, Danielle, like everything that you said, like this is your calling. This is what I feel like. This is what I was meant to do. And I just love that coaching with Beachbody is in line with a lot of those things. Like I would have done this anyway, but being connected with Beachbody has just made it that much easier. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember talking to you like one of the first times, Jenny. You're like, "Oh, this is so nice. I don't have to make my own workouts." And I'm like, "Nope."
Yeah, I don't have to film my own YouTube videos, and it took me like 3 hours. God, I'm not tech savvy at all, you guys. And I was like, so go Beachbody.
I'm like, I don't know if I should raise my hand or not. So I think what my purpose is, so I've been listening to a podcast, Oprah's podcast, and Brene Brown was talking on it, and she was talking about like, whoop, whoop, I know, right? So she was talking about like being vulnerable and stuff like that, and I think like my purpose is just to like share my story and just to touch people, and if then they come along to the Beachbody like journey with me, like that's within myself. But I just think like kind of right now in my stage of coaching is just like sharing my story and being vulnerable and open, because it's not like a weakness. It's just showing that you're strong, because so many times people are just closed off and think they're on their own, but everyone can relate to at least one thing, I have to say, I think. So I think that's just like right now my stage, what my purpose is. So
that's awesome. Like that is like the bread and butter of coaching. So like I'm so happy that that's like what you feel is like good for you right now. That's amazing.
I mean, I feel like my purpose is basically, you guys have hit the point. I feel like my purpose just the person I am. I love to help people and everything, but I also, as many of you guys know, I went through trauma in my life, and my purpose is to show women, especially women and even men and everything, that life is hard and it's unfair. I'm not gonna say sometimes, it's unfair, and sometimes you go through stuff like you wonder why. But I want to show that just because shit hits you hard, you can still get up. You can still fight. You're still a warrior. Yes, it will take time, but you can do it. And that's my purpose. My purpose is to help women, including men, to take their lives back. And that's like my core value of my business, is just to take your life back and to show them that shit is hard, life is unfair, but we continue and there's still a light at the end of the tunnel. So that's my purpose.
I love it. Yeah. And like Joe Maria, you've been very open and honest with me about like your past, and you are one of the strongest like humans that I know. Like seriously though. like you're so strong, and like you've come out on the other side and just like a total BA, if you will, because I'm not gonna say the word because I don't care. But yeah, you're amazing. Okay, so this is kind of self-explanatory since we're all in the coaching business. But what are you most passionate about, and how do you make that your source of income? So, you know, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, kind of thing. So, like, I've always been super, super passionate about like people, like my friends, my family, just like random people on the street. Like I remember like in college and in grad school, like I always had so many, and I was very fortunate to have so many close friends and just people around me that all I wanted to do was give back. And because I don't know, it's just like really weird. I feel like it probably doesn't make sense, but like I just wanted to make people happy. That's literally like making other people happy is like what made me happy. And to see that this business like gives me the opportunity to not only make people feel happy, but to make them feel like confident and alive and give them that freedom that they've always wanted. Like I don't know. It's just like this opportunity has given me like the avenue to reach so many people and like help them in so many more ways than just making them smile. Like literally we are changing their lives, and that to me is like something I am extremely passionate about, if you can't tell from like the way I'm talking about it. But yeah. I'm gonna shut my trap so you guys can see.
So cute. I think we all feel the same way.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I'm like that. This is why we're a team. This is why we're attracted to each other. I think we're all kind of on the same wavelength. And I'm totally with Jo Marie. Like, life is hard. I've been through a lot of trauma as well, like most people. And I love the fact that I'm able to be a role model in that I'm showing people that, especially Indigenous people in Canada, that you can come from a place that's really dark, but you can also get better. And a lot of that has to do with taking care of yourself. And so that's what I'm passionate about, is showing people that, you know, just because you were raised a certain way or you're in certain set of, you know, in certain circumstances that may be really shitty, it doesn't mean you have to be stuck there. And I think Beachbody really helped me with that, especially the mindset piece. So I'm with you there, ladies.
I agree. Beachbody has helped me with my mental state. Like, I didn't think I was so in a dark place. Like, you climb, but I didn't know that I was still in that dark place until like I became a Beachbody coach. Then I started realizing, and that's when I started working on my mental. So yeah, I have to say I really love Beachbody. You know, I can help others, but it has changed my life as well.
Yeah, and that's why I love this company. It's so much more than just like fitness and like having abs. Like, it is literally so much more than that, and that's why it hits every single aspect of your life. Like, whether it be health financial, mental, emotional, relationships, like everything. It has like, can affect everything, and I love it. So this is more so finding clarity. So like, what are your core values and what sets you apart? And this is kind of what's going to shine through on your social media accounts. So for me, for example, like my core values, and like I share this, is I've always been a super hard worker. I am not one to kind of like be like defeated. And if I'm ever finding myself that I, am getting discouraged or anything, like it literally just like drives me to work harder. And I think that comes across, and like, think about like your core values that are like fun too. Well, maybe not fun, but like I'm super OCD and like hygiene freak. And like I say that, in like my social media, so people know that about me. Like core values, like what's your core value? Like your family, your friends, like who means the most to you, like, and what sets you apart. And that's what's like going to attract your tribe. So I mean, I don't know if all of you are as OCD as I am. Maybe I know a lot of you have type A personalities, which is like which is definitely me to a T. But this is what's going to attract your tribe. So make sure that when you find like a core value that you're like, oh my gosh, like this is me, And sometimes it doesn't just come to you. Like I had to do a lot of self-reflection. I'm like naturally kind of self-aware, but it wasn't until this sounds so silly, but it wasn't until I started dating Brian that I became like super self-aware. And it made me realize like who I am. And make sure you like, put that out there, because that's what people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, like I also organize my sponges. And I'm like, so make sure that you're yourself on your social media, and like people will be attracted to you for you. Does anyone have any like cool core values that they want to share besides organizing your sponges? I don't actually do that. I don't know why I said that.
I think a lot of the sorry. Okay, I'll go first. Thank you. I think a lot of the core values that I think that have made me I've been pretty successful with Beachbody is because I'm a hard worker. I'm all about accountability, and I'm open and honest. I think that's what sets me apart, but I think that's what is really needed to be a successful coach and just to be successful in general. So I like how Beachbody like fosters that in people and promotes that. Like it brings out the best in you. Mm-hmm. And it's not all about, being a size 2 or like making the biggest paycheck, or like it's about helping people. So I really think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Jean-Marie?
Yes. I think my core values is like my determination. Like I'm just this hard worker, but it's also the part that I don't give up. I think people see it because, they see me working at 10 o'clock at night, running to the hospital with my daughter and still working out and still drinking my Shakeology and still doing what I have to do and working a full-time job and everything. And I just think people see that. They see that I don't stop. Like I'm still because they see that I want something so bad that I just do whatever it takes to do it. Especially when it comes, they know that my health is a priority because I cannot move ahead if I don't take care of my health. And they see that. And that's my core value. And also for the fun aspect, they see how I love to celebrate the most littlest thing. You guys see how I do my Saturday dance with Emily to celebrate a successful week. So they see my determination, I don't give up attitude, but they also see the fun side, that I celebrate even the most smallest thing, because we have to celebrate the small stuff as well as the big stuff. That way we can continue. So I think that's my core values that I think I show in my IG.
Yeah, for sure. And I love that you say celebrate. Like, that's so important. And I'm guilty of not celebrating when I should. Brian's very good at that. He's very good at like recognizing every little thing. Hold on a second.
Somebody's, what is that?
What is that noise?
Sorry, I just joined.
Like dance party.
Jesus, Jamie.
Jamie, what's
I don't know
that?
how do I turn this off?
I just muted you.
You're gonna start dancing.
You can unmute yourself when that racket is done. Okay, so where do you okay, so this is really important, and I really want you guys to think about this and like write it down too. And it might take some time. Like, I'm not thinking, like, if you guys can't think of this stuff on the spot, like, I totally understand. It's not something that's like, you really gotta think about it. So where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? And what is the one thing you can do right now that'll bring you closer to that goal? So, and I also want you to, okay, this one I want, so think about that and write that down. But I really want you to think about, and like, I really want everyone to share this. Where are you going to be in 5 years if you don't make Beachbody work for you? And like, for me, I'll tell you where I would be in 5 years. I would be married with Brian in some house in the burbs in Florida.
Don't sound so excited.
Yeah. So nice. But you want to know what? You want to know what I would be? Because I, used to work full time at a corporate job. And for me, that was horrible. It was so depressing to get up every single day, go to a job that I didn't like every single day, and then commute 3 hours there and back and just like hate every single second of it. And then like literally get home just to eat dinner and go to bed, and then have the weekends to catch up with all the chores that I didn't get to do during the week. Like, it was so unfulfilling and depressing. And like, I was in, and if you guys have heard my story, like, I was in such a bad place mentally, like literally crying every single day because I was so anxious and depressed, and it was so bad. Like, I was just so unhappy. And like, granted, like, I would be married and like, financially it would be fine and like, it'd be fine, but I would just be so unhappy and so like, and that's no way to live your life, like you should be happy. You deserve to be happy. And like, Beachbody was my avenue to get to like, because I love traveling too. And like, I didn't want to have to worry about, hey boss, can I take off, like these days? I don't want to have to do that. And then like worry about, oh, well, I'm not going to be getting paid while I'm taking the days off kind of thing. Like, I wanted to create my own future. So without Beachbody, like I would be so unfulfilled, and I would just not be living the life that I've always wanted to live and that I was like made to live. And this opportunity has given me that ability to like create my own future, and like, I cannot be more thankful for that. So I want to know, where do you guys see yourself in 5 years if Beachbody doesn't work out for you, or if you don't let Beachbody work out for you?
So I'll share. So mine isn't necessarily 5 years. I guess it would be more where I was to where I am now, and it's just I just kind of want to build off of that. So as a lot of y'all know, I recently moved to a city where I knew maybe 3 people, maybe 4 people, and they're all just kind of like my husband's friends. And so I would get really anxious. I'd get really sad because he'd go to work and I couldn't work yet because I didn't have my license here. And so I'd be me and my dogs, and I would like find myself like crying during the day just because I'd be so like lonely and sad. But then, like put on a happy face as soon as you would go out or go to dinner, or when he comes home, just like, I just wasn't the person that I wanted to be. And now that I've gotten to meet y'all, and I've gotten to, I guess, interact with people who are with Beachbody in my city, I've gotten to meet so many more people, and it's just also kind of helped me to be more outgoing than I was before. And so without Beachbody, I would still be that lonely person. I mean, we're already living in the burbs, and I'm already married, so I already beat you there. But I just want to build on the person that I know that I'm becoming, and becoming more confident, more outgoing, and just overall like a general more happy person. And it's all just through helping other people, if that kind of makes sense. So that's my 5-year plan, I guess.
That's awesome.
Aw, Jen. I want to give you a big hug.
Oh, thanks. Soon, next month.
Yeah, next one.
Yes.
Oh, I'll go next. I feel like I need to raise my hand whenever I do these things. Like I'm in school. Like I want to pick me. But anyway, I think I would probably. I mean, I'm trying to get into like grad school for nutrition, so I might be be a nutritionist at that 5 years maybe. But I think more than likely I'd probably still be here working at the physical therapy clinic as an aide. Feeling just really like underappreciated, working long days. I work 10 hours a day, so like when my husband has the day off, I never get to see him, and then when I do have the day off, we probably get to see each other for like 2 days because he works nights, and so that's really hard, just like not being able to like see him and stuff. And I always like tell him, I'm like, I really want a job where I can have the same days off as you so we can like do stuff. Like I'll see you maybe for like an hour a day, like when I go home for lunch, stuff like that. So yeah, that's where I think it would be. And today's like been like an emotional day, so this whole meeting is just very emotional. So yeah.
Let it all out. You'll feel better after. It's fine.
Yeah, so I think that's where I'd be. I'd just be like stuck, like no growth or anything like that. So
Yeah, and I'm really happy you said that too, because even within these 2.5 years, like I have grown so much as a person because of Beachbody, and I would have never done that without it. Like I wouldn't do personal development. Like I find that I know leadership techniques and like social skills and just like regular overall organization better than people that have been like working a corporate job for 40 plus years. And that's just because of Beachbody. Like I wouldn't have done any of that on my own. And it's made me just grow. And it's amazing to see that like I can look at my boss and like he's been doing this for however long, like 20, 30 years. And I'm like, dude, you could totally improve this way and you can improve that way. And I'm like, okay, I'm 26 years old. Like, why am I telling this 50-year-old what to do? But like, there's so many ways you can improve. And I would have never known any of that if I hadn't taken, like, if I hadn't been coaching. Like that, I've learned so much just by like, I mean, the responsibility of running your own business and like, I don't know, just being responsible for your life and wellness too. It's just, I mean, I could just go on and on, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Next person.
I think another thing that I've if I hadn't found Beachbody, I don't think I would have stayed on this. Like I probably would have, but I think staying on this healthy lifestyle and keeping up with my health and wellness would have been a lot harder if I didn't have this huge support system. And like Jen, like it's like I know tons of people where I live, but I don't have very many people around me who are of similar mindsets. Like I don't have a lot of people who are into healthy living. There's a lot of alcoholism, mental illness, like that kind of stuff, social issues. And it's as if I'm kind of the oddball out. So I really love the fact that I've got this huge, amazing support system, all these amazing badass women that I can just reach out to online. So I don't feel so alone, because I think a lot of people that scares them away, you know, when they're starting down a healthier lifestyle, is that their social circle is going to change. And usually it does. But in my case, it's been for the better.
For sure.
Yeah.
I agree with everything that you guys said. For me personally, I feel like if 5 years from now I see myself working 3 jobs, maybe 4, trying to survive, and not be there for Emily. Like I know for a fact that that I won't be raising her. Like, yeah, she's gonna be around, but then what time would I have for her if I'm working 3 jobs, 4 jobs, just to purchase things that she needs in everyday life, you know? Because unfortunately, the income that I make, even from one job, I'm not qualified to get any help or anything like that. As a single mom, it's just hard. And that's just, like, even now, I'm just getting teary-eyed just thinking about it, because she deserves more. I just refuse to sit here and just think that because society says that I have to work more than 8 hours in a 10-hour job because I'm a single mother and I have to be away from my child, and it's okay that somebody else is raising her and I have to run back and forth and everything. And then the next minute I'm gonna blink and she's 16 years old, 17 years old, and I just miss her whole childhood. No, no. I don't want to even think of that. Like, I know I gotta think about it because it pushes me, but still, no. I just refuse to live in that lifestyle. I don't want that. I don't want that in 5 years.
Yeah. And that's like the strongest why you could possibly have, like, doing this. I mean, for me, I'd much rather do this for someone else than for myself. And like the fact that you have Emily and you're such like an amazing mother too. Like, I mean, I know how much she looks up. I can see how much she looks up to you and like how much she supports you. And it's so cute when you guys do your like dances and things. And like, she like, oh God, she's so freaking cute. But she appreciates you more than you know. And like, it's amazing how much you're doing for her. And like, she'll appreciate that so much in the long run too. So keep up the great work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody else want to share? If not, we can go into vision. No? Okay, cool. So creating your vision. So this is kind of like the last question, but kind of the opposite. So what does your ideal life look like? And again, you don't have to like go super into depth like right now, but I really do want you guys to think about this and like write it down somewhere. And maybe, and like honestly what I do, and it sounds kind of nerdy, but like it really helped, is I wrote out my vision. Like I literally typed up a Word document. And then what I did, I recorded myself like reading my vision. And then every day on my way to work, I would listen to myself like read what I wanted. And like when you read it, you have to read it in present tense kind of thing. So like, you know, Brian and I own a beautiful home on like overlooking the ocean. Like say it in present tense, like you already have it. So make sure when you do this, like you really put some thought into it and like make sure it's connecting with you emotionally. Because if it's just material things, like granted that'll bring you some happiness, but like when you're saying what your life looks like make sure you include how it makes you feel.
I'm just on a call. Yeah.
You know? So like what does the house on the water make you feel? What does like being able to travel, how does that make you feel? How does it make you feel that you're surrounded by an amazing team that like all, you know, supports you and like everyone's like a family kind of thing. So make sure when you write down your vision and like you really create your I always recommend, and I know some of you already did this, but if you can make a vision board and hang it up like right behind your computer that you work out all the time so you can see it every single day, like I would highly recommend doing that. I know some of you, I know Brooke has one already. I think
You mean like that one right there?
Yeah, like that, exactly. Like do things like I'm not a pen and paper kind of person, so I made mine on my computer and like I have it as my background. So like have it somewhere where you're gonna see it. And like another thing too in my vision is like, I know this Brian's gonna kill me, he's gonna hear me say this, but I really want a dog. And like having a dog would bring me so much happiness and like, a little like cute little, you guys know how much I love animals, I'm such a freak, but like just that would make me feel so amazing. And like also I want kids too, and like I want a dog more than kids right now, but like could you imagine, like, you know how much I love my cats, could you imagine how much I'm gonna love a dog or kids? Like I can't even fathom. So like make sure when you write this, like you really include how it makes you feel, because that's what you're going to connect with and that's what's going to push you in the down times. Does anyone have a piece of their vision that they kind of want to share?
I guess I can go first. feel like I'm talking. So my vision that I see myself, I see a beautiful house for me and Emily with a 4-bedroom, walk-in closet with 3 huge bathrooms, a backyard with a pool, and barbecue area, and basically being debt free, and also the ability of helping my parents out, getting them a house, and be able to give my mom the yard that she always wanted, filled with white roses. And the biggest vision that I have is that I want to make enough income and everything, so it's not only helping myself and Emily and my parents and everything, but I want to help other low-income family as well as single mothers who basically are in a tight spot because they made some wrong decisions or they just need a little help just to stand up. So I want to have like multiple properties. That way I get able to rent to just help them get on their feet and they can move forward. So that is the bigger vision that I have, because I feel like if I fail, I'm not only failing myself and Emily, but I'm also failing anybody else in the future that I'm willing and able to help out. So that's my vision.
I love it.
Girl, that is amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Anybody else want to share a piece of their vision if you have one?
That's what you need, though. You need that that bigger picture in order to push yourself. Because, like you said, you don't feel like you're feeling your daughter, but you're feeling all these other people that you could potentially help in the future. So I need to rethink my vision now.
My bad.
No, that was good. I needed that.
Do you guys hear that? Brian's doing the dishes.
Is he using the correct sponge?
What?
Is he using the correct sponge?
They're color coded too.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. Okay. Okay, so what do you guys want to be remembered for? And is there some sort of legacy you want to leave? This is another thing that you should really be thinking about, especially because, this is a business about helping others and really changing their life. So what do you want to be remembered for? Do you want to be remembered as the person that literally helped you change your life? Do you want to be remembered for someone that always brings a smile to your face? Do you want to be remembered for someone that's so inspiring that they inspire you to work out every single day? What do you want to be remembered for? And do you want to leave a legacy? Think about it. When you're gone, what do you want to leave behind? Do you want to leave behind an amazing group of people that have you've inspired and you changed their life? Do you want to leave behind books or YouTube videos or podcasts that are just going to lift people up? What do you want to leave behind that people can learn from? So this is another really big part too to think about when you're really thinking about your vision. And then I don't want to take up too much more of your time because I know it's getting late. Well, it's getting late for me because I'm a grandma and it's almost 10 o'clock here. But so I'm just going to kind of go through these and definitely whatever we went through today, and if you want, I could repost the questions, but write these questions down and please answer them on your own time in a journal, on a Word document, anything like that, so you can come and refer back to it. So what do you want more of in your life? Do you want, for me, I want more time to travel. I love traveling so much. I love being outdoors. I love hiking. I love exploring new places, new cultures. That's my thing. I love traveling and I love spending time with Brian and my friends and my family. So that's what I want more of. And Beachbody will bring me that through time freedom. When I'm able to go full time with Beachbody, I'll have that time freedom that I can do whatever the F I want when I want. So that's really, really, really what motivates me is I want more of that in my life. I want more time freedom. I want to travel more. I want to be around more people. and think about this too. And like, what do you want less of? Do you want less of working corporate America? Do you want less of commuting? Like, think about this kind of stuff. That was for me. Like, I hated commuting. I wanted less of my FDOT boss that would like creepily touch me. Like, I like wanted less of everything in corporate America. So think about that too. What skills do you love that you're really good at? And this kind of plays into the question I asked before about like, what are you passionate about and like, what's your core values and stuff. So what skills do you love that you're really good at? And like, bring that out on your social media, because that's what's going to attract your tribe. So also, what skills do you love that you want to get better at? So for example, for me, like, I definitely want to get better at leadership, and like, that's all going to come with, you know, more time in the business. And I love teaching people too, and like, I want to get better at teaching. Like, just think of like things that you really want to get better at. What would you like to do to make your world, what would you like to do to make your world a better place? So again, that could really be anything that you think would really enrich and fulfill your life, whether it be helping. And like, this is something I tell people all the time too, is like, I love working with you guys to help you be successful, because I know like my clients are amazing and I love them and I love changing their life on like a health and wellness basis. But like with coaching, it's a whole different level. Like, you could literally change your entire life. And I feel like that's what I would want more of. Like, I'd want to just keep helping people make their world a better place, and that would make my world a better place. What kind of activities do you enjoy so much that you know you would never tire of them? And then that's for me, again, that's traveling. So think of things that you just love doing. And like, I just love hiking. I love spending time with humans. Like, people just make me so happy. I know some people like need their alone time, but like, I'm that kind of person that just like wants to be around people all the time. So definitely make sure that you know what kind of activities you want to keep doing. And some people, like, that might be a really expensive hobby. You know, maybe it's skydiving and you just want to do that all the time. Like, think about things that you just like really want to do all the time. See, I'm not the only crazy one. He talks to the cat too. What do you need to do to feel whole, most like yourself? And again, this for me is I feel most like myself when I'm around people. Like, there's just something about the energy, especially like people with good energy, like people like Negative Nancy's, like, of course, don't get me all revved up, but like people that have like really awesome energy just like make me, oh my gosh, he fishes, he has like a little lure on the end of a fishing pole, but it's like gummy, so it doesn't hook them or anything, and he like flings it across the apartment and they chase after it and they love it. Okay, sorry. So what do you need to feel whole? And again, like I said, I love making people feel happy, and that makes me feel the most like myself. And then who do you have to be to feel happy, to feel satisfied, or to feel fulfilled? So who do you have to be? So think of yourself, like, who do you want to be when you grow up? You know, like, think about that too when you're envisioning your future. Who do you want to be? That person that people like look up to? Do you want to be that person that's like looked at as like someone that's always so kind and generous? Do you want to be that person that always makes people laugh or makes people smile? Do you want to be that person that everyone knows that they can like call on you and you'd be there for them at the drop of a hat? Like, think about who you want to be and like who that person is, and like what makes them feel satisfied and fulfilled. So that being said, I know this is kind of like a little bit longer call, but I'm really happy and like that you guys all jumped on, because this stuff is super, you know, it's like kind of mushy gushy and like fluffy, but it's what's going to drive you during hard times in this business, and it's what's going to drive you during good times too. So with that being said, does anyone have any questions, any last things that they want to share, or anything that if you want, I can like kind of type up this list so you guys can work off of it. So let me know whatever you guys want to do. But I will post the recording, so you guys will have that too.
I'm just curious where you got these questions. Is this some kind of exercise that you pulled from a PD book or something?
The Google.
The Google. Mm-hmm.
The Google 10 minutes before this call. So.
Because I think it's a really important exercise to do with all clients, and I'm thinking of doing this in my challenge groups actually. So I'm looking for a shorter kind of version that I can post during prep week.
That's a good idea for sure.
Because we generally ask our challengers like, what is your why? But a lot of people don't know unless you dive deep and ask them specific questions, right? So I think this could be a really good resource if we kind of like try to like shorten it a bit.
And we can make it tailored towards like a challenge group too. Like this is more for coaches, you know? So we can definitely make this more tailored towards like challengers. So that's a really good idea. If you want, here, I'll make myself a note and I'll do that.
Because I think it's why, right? Like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I've like exhausted the list of excuses that I've heard, but basically it brings it back. I always try to bring it back to people's why. And if people don't have a solid why, then it won't matter.
Mm-hmm. And they'll fall off too.
Yep.
For sure.
A great job, Danielle.
Thanks, guys. All right. Well, if no one has any questions or any last things that you guys want to share, definitely, like I said, please write these questions down, or I can make a PDF of it if you want. And really think about this stuff, guys. Really think about it. I know it's deep and like we don't all want to go there, but like when you're feeling that type of way, it's raining outside, you got those tunes playing that make you feel all kinds of feelings, do this. All right, guys. Well, have a great night. Thanks so much for hopping on. And I'm gonna stop. Oh wait, hold on. Let's take a cute picture really quick. All right, ready?
Send it to me because I'm on my phone.
Haley, fix the girl.
Everybody gets it. Everybody make their boobs look good.
I have my sweat bib on.
That's so sexy. I love it, Jamie.
Show my boobs? No.
No. All right. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, ready? Wait, this is on my. I'm gonna do one on my Instagram, and I'll just take one. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, you guys are so
a weird smile in that one. I hate that.
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna do this one in square. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Aw, so cute. Thanks, guys.
Did you guys talk about 2B mindset?
No, you didn't miss anything.
Okay. Never mind.
I didn't get it.
I'm watching the videos tonight.
Yeah, they're
You're
good.
watching all of them tonight?
All of them. I'm just gonna
I've been
watch it.
watching because now I only have 30-minute workouts in the morning, so I've been doing, yay! And then I've been doing 30 minutes of 2B mindset. Anyways, I just wanted to know how our challenge group was going to go. I was kind of wondering if the coaches can do a challenge group first.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea because I wasn't going to run a challenge group for 2B Mindset until June. So let's do, you're right. Okay, I'm going to write that down too. Coaching.
I just want to because I feel like I have questions already. And Alana's like, I answered all the questions in my YouTube. And I'm like, no, you didn't, because
there's more questions.
Well, because I guess I had the assumption that breakfast, lunch, and dinner were all the same portions.
Mm-hmm.
We're all like 50, 25, 25, and that's not the case.
Breakfast is a little different.
Breakfast, so breakfast is 50-50 protein and FCCs. Lunch is 50, 25, 25, and then dinner is 75 veggies, 25 protein. So no carbs for dinner. So like when I eat with my husband, I just don't get to eat sweet potatoes or rice or go out you know what I mean? Like, can I switch lunch and dinner?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to get further into it. I'm only like 5 videos in.
Slacker.
I've actually watched all of them, and I don't think she says anything about switching. I haven't come across it. So maybe it's in her challenge group?
Yeah, I was going to say, she's running a group. Maybe you could ask her in that group, because you should have gotten an invite to it. I didn't actually get one yet.
I didn't get one either.
Yeah.
It should be they said by next week.
Okay. So then, yeah.
Or by this weekend. I think it starts next week.
Yeah. Does everyone have 2B Mindset? I mean, I'll put a poll within the team page.
I'm getting it this week though, so don't worry.
Okay, well, you're doing 80-day obsession anyway, so you can't even do it while you're doing 80-day obsession.
I can't start it.
Well, I mean, I guess you could. It's up to you. they don't recommend it, but I'm the kind of person that I'm like, if you want to do this, girl. But yeah, so I'll post a poll in the group and I'll say like, whoever has 2B Mindset, we're going to do a coach group and we'll all just like work through it together, you know?
Is it going to be a full month-long one, or are we going to do like a shorter version? Like,
I mean, I would say like we'll all just like plan to finish all the videos by the end of the month and like just go from there. Does that sound good? That way when we start a new group in June for actual like clients, then we'll know what we're talking about.
yeah.
Good? All right, awesome.
Good plan.
All right, break. All right, thanks again for hopping on, guys. I'll
Bye,
chat.
guys.
Bye.
See ya.